Welcome to Rolling Gin Rummy How to Play Guide. This tutorial will walk you through the rules and gameplay of Rolling Gin Rummy. Rolling Gin Rummy is played with 2 players. Setting. To play Rolling Gin Rummy, you will be using the number seeds. You have an option to include joker seeds, which add a special twist to the game. So make sure to understand how the joker seeds are used in the game before playing. Each player picks 10 seeds from the seed pile and places them into their respective seed tray. The remaining seed pile is placed in the middle. Pick 1 seed from the pile and place it on top of the pot with the number facing up. This seed will now serve as the starting pick-up or discard seed for the first player. Objective. The objective of the game is to create as many runs and sets as possible using the 10 seeds in your seed tray while minimizing the amount of deadwood. Objective. Sets and runs. A run is 3 or more seeds in a row of the same color. A set is 3 or 4 of the same number seed. The seeds in your seed tray that are not combined into sets or runs are referred to as deadwood. Gameplay. During this tutorial, we have shown each player's seeds by flipping them up to explain the rules. However, in an actual game, players will keep their seeds hidden from each other. The first player is selected at random, in this case, Rolling Bear. Rolling Bear picks 1 seed from the pile and places it on top of the play pot with the number facing up. This seed will be served as the starting seed. Rolling Bear now has the option to decide whether to use the seed that is flipped on top of the play pot. If Rolling Bear chooses not to use this seed,
Pass.
then Rolling Duck has the opportunity to pick up the seed from the play pot. If Rolling Duck also decides not to use the seed,
Pass.
then Rolling Bear will roll the seeds on top of the pot into the play pot and draw a new
10.
seed from the pile. Rolling Bear has drawn yellow 10, and it helps Rolling Bear to form a run. So Rolling Bear decides to keep the yellow 10 and discards the green 12 on top of the play pot. Rolling Duck, not interested in the green 12, rolls it into the pot to
Green
discard
12.
it and draws a new seed from the pile. Unfortunately, the red 11 drawn does not help Rolling Duck, so he discards it on top of the play pot. Play continues back and forth as players try to create sets and runs in their seed
Red
trays.
11.
In each turn, a player must decide whether to collect the seed on top of the play pot first. If the player chooses to collect the seed on top of the play pot, they should collect the seed to their seed tray, and then place the least needed seed on top of the play pot to end their turn. If the player decides not to collect the seed given on top of the play pot, they must discard it by rolling it into the play pot. Then, they pick 1 seed from the middle seed pile and place it on their seed tray. Lastly, the player placed the least needed seed on top of the play pot. And pass player turn.
Pass.
As players start forming more combinations of sets and runs in their seed trays,
Red 9.
the end of the round approaches. Knock. A player can announce knock in 2 different cases. 1. A player completes his 10 seeds with the combinations of sets or runs. 2. A player has total sum of deadwood numbers equal to or less than 10. If a player decides to knock, player places the discarded seed face down on top of the play pot and press the knock button to announce that he knocks. Then the knock player rolls the last discarded seed first. Then he rolls all remaining 10 seeds in his seed tray into the play pot to calculate the score. Next, the other player does the same by rolling all 10 seeds in their seed tray to calculate the final score. Round result. Once players have rolled all their seeds, the app automatically combines the rolled seeds and generates the final result, including the combinations and deadwoods for each player to calculate the round score. Gin. In addition to this score, players can earn additional points based on special conditions achieved during the game. Jin. Player who declares knock completes all 10 seeds with set or run with no deadwood. Gets extra 20 points. Big Jin. Big Jin. Player who declared knock completes Jin with all 11 seeds, including discarded seed. Gets extra 30 points. Undercut. Undercut. Points awarded if the player who declared a knock didn't win due to having a higher deadwood total. The opponent player gets extra 20 points. Mistake. Mistake. This is a penalty if the knocked player's deadwood totals more than 10. The player who incorrectly declares a knock is unconditionally defeated, so the opponent wins the game and earns an extra 20 points. Winning. At the end of each round, the winning player receives an automatically calculated total round victory point. The player with the highest total score across all rounds is declared the winner. Special rule. Each seed can only be counted in one combination. It cannot be part of multiple combinations simultaneously. Combinations of more than 3 seeds are allowed as long as they meet the criteria for a run combination. Special rule. Layoff. In a knock situation without reaching Jin, a non-knock player is allowed to combine one of their unmatched seeds into a knock player's matched combination. This is known as the layoff, and it will be automatically processed by the app. Seeds cannot be laid off onto unmatched seeds to form a combination. The layoff rule will apply when it's Jin. Special rule. Tie. If the seed pile reaches a point where there are only 2 seeds remaining, yet no player has knocked, the round ends in a tie. Special rule. Joker. You can incorporate Joker seeds when playing Rolling Jin Rummy. Joker seeds can substitute for any other seed to form a set or run. However, if you fail to knock while holding a Joker seed, it loses its special ability and incurs 20 penalty 20 points on its own. Therefore, it can be quite costly if you don't knock promptly when holding a Joker seed. Thank you for watching how to play Rolling Jin Rummy. Enjoy rolling!